So interim management historically has been around the temporary use of individuals as resources to fill either crisis positions or a sudden hole. I think it's important to understand precisely why an organisation requires the help of an interim. And in order to do that, you have to have an understanding of what it is the client's looking to achieve in terms of not only an outcome but also an output. Then to look how your skill set can actually help deliver what the client requires. Interim management has absolutely developed over the last couple of years. Historically, it's looked very much at the short-term reactive to a crisis. The reality is now that clients are actually looking to interim management as an agile form of resourcing to deliver specific programs, major transformation in a business, and also help deliver on the strategy that they have planned. In terms of an individual going into an organisation, a typical example is if you have an organisation that's looking to enter a new market but does not have the experience internally within the organisation and the knowledge of that market that they require. That's a classic example where they would come for an interim to deliver that specific requirement, enable them to deliver that strategy. In terms of a team approach, I'll give you an example of a retail FTSE 100 client that was looking to design and deliver a global financial shared services centre. This particular organisation had had a management consultancy team in that had done the top level strategy work, but they did not have the experience to actually deliver what the client required. As a result of which, what we were able to do for that client was put together a bespoke team to deliver the precise requirement, and we successfully launched over a period of 18 months a brand new global financial shared services. People quite frequently talk about what qualities actually an interim requires, and it's important to understand that you have to understand in the first instance what it is a client is looking for, and then you're able to actually sell yourself to that client either directly or via an agency to show that you are the precise fit that they need. So the standard type of things they're going to require are obviously very strong personal traits around values and ethics, the ability to clearly communicate. But then you need specific skills that clients are going to want to see evidence that you've delivered on. So for instance, capabilities that a client will need. So have you got experience of designing a strategy? Have you got experience in delivering programs? And it's key to remember here that we're talking about delivery. An example on CVs, people quite frequently list that they've led a team or they've led a program. The reality is they mean they've been part of a team or been part of a program. So it's absolutely critical to articulate in a CV what you have delivered and precisely what you've delivered. If a business leader is considering becoming an interim, what they should do is critically examine the skill sets and the capabilities that they have, and then are they able to translate those to face a client, to be able to demonstrate to a client that they have delivered against what the client is looking for. And that's very important because that's the difference between what we term product push, which is forwarding a CV against an unknown quantifiable, versus market pull, where you've done the research on what the client is looking for and you're demonstrating that you have delivered that. When clients looking to consider what type of interim and agile resource they need to bring in, what they must do in the first instance is that we find that they actually articulate the vision and the strategy they're looking to achieve. Then they're able to quantify the outcome that they wish that interim to deliver, the outputs they wish that interim to deliver, which naturally then flows into deliverables and timelines. It's also important to remember that you must look at cultural fit. So organisations will look at the style that an individual has. And this is where the advantage of having a bespoke agency comes in, because if you send your CV forward, or if, for example, you use a social media site to access individuals, you don't get a feel for the culture of the other person, how they operate, whether they're consensual. And that's critical when making a hire. You have to take that into account, team fit.